welcome back to Omoshiroi Recap. Today, I will recap Absolute Duo. The story begins with a new student named Kokonoe Tooru. While heading to the academy, he was fascinated by the beauty of a girl named Julie. Then Tooru met another new student. She was named Imari. The two of them together headed to the venue for the reception of new students at the academy. They were also greeted by the head of the academy named Tsukumo Sakuya. She also explained that opponents in the fight to pass the academy's entrance exams are beside them. If they win, they will be accepted into the academy, but if they lose, they must leave the academy immediately. As a result, Tooru and Imari will fight each other. The place goes into chaos, and the students fight each other using their weapons. Tooru's blaze is the shield, known as the Irregular. Even though he only uses a shield, Tooru can beat his opponent quickly, so Tooru is successfully accepted into the academy. After giving advice and congratulating Tooru, Imari immediately left the academy. Tooru meets his friend named Torasaki. They are both in the same class. Then came Julie, who immediately sat beside Tooru. Their homeroom teacher is named Tsukumi Rito or Uzagi Sensei. She also explained that the students would get 100,000 yen every month. There's even a special duo system where matched students live together. Here Tooru is very lucky because his partner is temporarily a student beside him. So Tooru and Julie will live in one room together. Even though Tooru tries to refuse, the academy rules cannot be changed. When Tooru entered his room, he was greeted by Julie, who only wore clothes without panties. Dressed like that, she tried to get close to Tooru. It turns out that Julie just wanted to learn Toru's previous attack technique. But Tooru explained that it would burden her body and risk death. After that, Julie suddenly fell asleep due to exhaustion. Of course, it made him panic because a beautiful girl was sleeping on his lap. But Tooru was able to restrain himself and carried her to the bed. The next day they went to school together and had breakfast in the cafeteria. Two beautiful girls met them, namely Takabana Tomo with Hataka Miyabi. The four of them ate together and Julie said something that made them misunderstand. Hearing that made Tomo angry with Tooru. Then Uzagi Sensei explained about Luciful, which can strengthen them, so they have to practice so that Luciful's level increases dramatically, and that Luciful's level can be raised through the noble ritual at the end of the learning semester. During gym class, Tomo apologized that she had misunderstood before, but Tomo accidentally fell, which made their relationship even more complicated. Tomo and Julie train each other by fighting there, and the fight ends in a draw. While Tooru also practiced fighting with Tora, Tomo and Miyabi watching their fight confirmed that they both had excellent martial arts skills. The next day they lived life as usual and always practiced to strengthen their bodies. 1 week has passed, and the temporary duo has ended, and they will start selecting their respective partners to become a team. Tooru chooses Tora as his partner, while Julie wants to team up with Tomo. But Tomo had chosen Miyabi to be her teammate. Knowing that Tooru decides to become Julie's teammate, he immediately met Julie and asked her to become the official duo. Julie happily accepted this. The next day, Uzagi Sensei will hold a battle between students. They have to practice first with their respective partners. Tooru still needs to get used to using the shield. Julie suggests he use the Mjolnir punch technique as an attack technique along with defending with the shield. After that, Tooru found Miyabi, who had fainted on the field. He immediately took her to the school medical room. It turned out that Miyabi forced herself to run excessively and made her faint. Miyabi did that so she could become stronger and not become a burden during the fight later. A few days later, a battle between students began. The northern part of the academy would become the battlefield of the students, which would last for 2 hours. Julie and Tooru fight against all the students they meet. After defeating several students, they met Tomo with Miyabi at the academy building. Both teams are powerful, they have special abilities that are different from ordinary students. But Tooru can fend off Miyabi's strong attacks, while Julie manages to defeat Tomo. When the battle was almost over, they found someone had attacked Tora and his partner. It turned out that the one who attacked them was Usagi-sensei. Usagi-sensei fought them with killing intent and launched a deadly attack. So that they had difficulty defeating Usagi-sensei, they devised a plan to fight her. With teamwork, they finally succeeded in destroying Usagi-sensei's weapon. After the fight was over, Toru's hand was severely injured. Julie also tried to nurse it until Tooru returned to health. Suddenly came Tomo with Miyabi and saw they were always making out. At night, Julie finds out that Tooru has a goal of revenge on someone. Even Julie also told her secret by showing the scar on her back, and she was determined to take revenge on someone. A few days later, Tora and his partner had recovered. However, Usagi-sensei was still there as their homeroom teacher. After their lesson, they met Usagi-sensei and discussed the previous battle. Then the head of the school came to stop them. She explained that Usagi-sensei attacked them beforehand so that their abilities would increase in the face of actual combat. As a reward for defeating Usagi-sensei, their Luciful will all rise to level 2. After that came a transfer student named Lilith. She immediately met Tooru in class and asked him to come with her to a park. Her goal is to become teammates together with Tooru. Because Tooru is irregular while Lilith is a special or an exception, Lilith thinks they will be a good match because they are different from the others. But Tooru refused and immediately left there.
今日からあんたは私のデュオよ。
俺はリーリスと組む気もないし、今のデュオを解消する気もない。
Tooru invited Julie to take a tour outside the academy so that she could enjoy the city as well as buy something. They make out together like they're dating and even feed each other while eating ice cream. At the same time, Tomo with Miyabi watched them from afar. Then Tomo and Miyabi instead wanted to be taken by a group of passionate men. Seeing that Tooru immediately protected them, Lilith also used a gun-type blaze to paralyze the group of men. They received medical treatment the next day, which made them rise to level 2. Their physical abilities increased drastically. Even Miyabi, who previously couldn't swim, now easily beats other swimmers. Afterward, Tooru met Lilith in a park and asked about her rifle-type blaze. But before she told that, Lilith asked him to date first. Tooru agrees, so they skip school lessons and go to the playground together. The two of them were making out together like they were dating. And after trying various games, they saw fireworks. Lilith again invites Tooru to become her partner because their blaze is a suitable combination for battle. However, Tooru still refused because he wanted to stay with Julie. The next day, Usagi-sensei explained that there was a battle between classes. They would compete with their seniors. The seniors were already level 3, of course. It made them even more excited to be able to fight with someone stronger. Suddenly, Lilith challenged all the students there to fight against her. Even though Lilith fought many students alone, she was not injured, proving she was powerful. Although they worked together to hinder Lilith, she easily dodges their attacks. Even Tooru, along with Julie, had a hard time beating her, so they were forced to retreat first to devise a new plan. Realizing this, Lilith went straight to them to destroy their plans. Luckily, Tooru's plan went smoothly, and their teamwork defeated Lilith. Suddenly came the Liberis troops, who immediately shot Tooru. Their goal was to take Lilith by force. Lilith had to obey their orders because they were already exhausted and badly injured. Seeing Lilith being carried away by the troop, of course, Tooru and the others intend to save her. Without hesitation, Tooru destroyed the place. Their surprise attack distracted the troops, so a bullet hit the squad leader in the head. Even though the rubble crushed them, the troop leader was still alive. As a result of the previous battle, Tooru and Lilith had to be treated. Then she thanked Tooru for saving her. Since then, Lilith has started to fall in love with Tooru. As summer arrives, they head to the training ground by ship. Julie feels unwell because she gets seasick. Then Usagi-sensei explained to the students to swim from the ship to the island where the training was held. That is their first training, so they can get stronger and increase the chance of leveling up faster. While Tooru was carrying Julie, who couldn't swim, suddenly Lilith came to meet them by jumping from her helicopter. Of course, she only came to tease Tooru with her sexy swimsuit. Even though it took a long time, Tooru brought Julie to the island. Lilith is happy to do anything to recover his stamina. On the other hand, Miyabi feels like a burden because she always hinders Tomo, but Tomo doesn't see her as a burden and always wants to help Miyabi as a partner. In the afternoon, they were all attacked by a group of ninjas. Even Tooru and the others were also attacked by ninjas. Because of the difficulty of fighting in the forest, Julie immediately cut down all the trees there. After they beat the ninjas, it turns out that they are students who did not pass the previous entrance exam. Even Emery also reunited with Tooru. After they arrive at the Branch Academy, it is revealed that students who do not pass the entrance exam will be given the opportunity to enter the Branch Academy. That's why Emery ended up there. They throw a party as a prelude to summer training. Thanks to the feast, they could rest after various obstacles and battles. When Miyabi was with Tooru, Miyabi suddenly blushed when she saw him. It was inevitable that Miyabi also had feelings for him. On the other hand, the criminal group plans to attack the students, even wanting to use new weapons in the battle later. In the morning, Tooru was surprised to see Julie with Lilith naked, sleeping beside him. He also tried to ask them to get up and leave from there before anyone else saw them. But suddenly, Tomo came and made the situation even more complicated. After that, the students started training on the island. They did many exercises, including swimming, exploring the forest, and climbing the mountain to the top. After doing the summer training for a few days, all students can enjoy the island holiday. They enjoyed the beach together, and the girls flaunted their beautiful bodies to Tooru. Of course, Tooru was very happy to see that. Then they swam together, splitting the watermelon and massaging Lilith's beautiful body with sunscreen. When he wanted to return to the Branch Academy, Miyabi's leg sprained. Emery also invited the others to rush to the Branch Academy so that Miyabi and Tooru could be alone there. It made their relationship even closer. Because being in a romantic mood, Miyabi immediately expressed her feelings to Tooru. But Tooru even remembers his dark past, so Tooru rejects her because he is still traumatized by the death of the woman he loved before. On the other hand, the reserve academies have been attacked by Liberus forces. Knowing 2 academies have been under siege simultaneously, the head of the academy asked Usagi-sensei to use her full strength so she could slaughter all the enemy troops. Then Usagi-sensei shows her greatness in front of everyone, even though she also uses the hidden power of her blaze. It could only be done by someone already at level 4. All the enemy troops were successfully slaughtered. On the other hand, the vice principal also managed to defeat the troops. However, the leader of the Liberus troop, Kei, managed to infiltrate the principal's place. As a result of protecting the principal, Lilith was seriously injured. She asked Tooru and Julie to save the principal, who had been brought by Kei. Just when the headmaster wanted to be taken away on a ship, they arrived just in time. They both fight each other with Kei on the ship. But Kei's strength is stronger, and his attacks are faster than them. It turns out that Kei uses the newest unit from Equipment Smith. Because of that, he is very strong. A helpless Tooru is tortured mercilessly by Kei. Seeing this makes Julie angry that she goes out of control when she uses the dark sword technique. Even though she managed to injure him with that attack, it was a pity that Kei's equipment had such a high level of recovery that he wasn't hurt at all. Then the Liberus leadership asked him to step down because their goal had been achieved. With that, Tooru and Julie were still allowed to live while the principal returned safely to the academy. On the other hand, Miyabi has been brought in by leader Liberus. He offers strength to Miyabi, who is frustrated because Tooru has rejected her love. Feeling attracted by that power, Miyabi accepts it. She intends to use it to get everything she likes, even if she has to seize someone else's. As a result of the previous battle, they were forced to immediately return to the primary academy, even though they still had not found Miyabi, who had disappeared. Emori will try to continue her search for Miyabi and immediately notify them if she finds her. A few days later, they continued training at the primary academy. Tomo and Tooru practice fighting. However, he is easily defeated and nearly crushed to death by a boobs. Tomo looked very sad because her partner's whereabouts were still not found. And even Tooru also felt guilty for Miyabi's disappearance. Knowing this, Lilith tried to cheer her up so they wouldn't be sad. The principal asks Tooru to meet her in her room. The principal wants to reward him for his previous fight. She allowed Tooru to advance to level 4 and explained that the Rain Conference was held at the academy, and the leader of the Liberus army would also participate. When the Rain Conference started, elite troops were guarding the place. Even level 3 students joined as guardians. Lilith explained that the leader of the Liberus troop was an elite member of a secret organization in a country. It is revealed the goal of the Rain Conference is to reach absolute duo or find someone who can use the full power of their blaze. Principals and leaders of influential organizations worldwide met there, including the leaders of Liberus. He also offers an alliance with the headmaster to combine the students' strength with his combat equipment creation. But the principal refused this and even insulted him. Because they had looked down upon him, he challenged the principal to play the killing game. The principal happily accepted the challenge. The game started, and the Liberus troops immediately entered the academy area and started attacking the students. Unexpectedly, they met again with Miyabi, who had become stronger thanks to using god-killing equipment.
邪魔だよ。
Feeling that Miyabi's strength was powerful, they couldn't underestimate it and immediately started fighting seriously. But they still have trouble facing attacks from Miyabi. Meanwhile, Kei heads to the principal's place to catch her, knowing they want to stop him immediately. Then Tomo asked them to let her fight against Miyabi so the others could head to Kei's place. They also agreed that Tora and Lilith would face the Liberus troops so that Tooru and Julie could directly fight Kei. Tomo fights against it while trying to free it from its controlling influence by talking to each other. Unexpectedly, her words succeeded in cracking the control device on Miyabi's body. Tomo also used that opportunity to destroy it so that Miyabi could be free from the controlling influence. On the other hand, Kei quickly makes them helpless. Even Tooru is seriously injured. Then he raised his level to 4 with the injection, so he could awaken the true power of his shield. Now he can fend off all opponents' attacks from all directions, and with that, he can more easily approach his opponent. The defeat to Kei made them win the killing game, while the Liberus leader was humiliated and laughed at by other higher-ups. It made him insane. He took out his anger by beating Kei mercilessly. At that time, Kei felt annoyed because his efforts were not appreciated even though he had risked everything for him. In the end, Kei immediately killed him and took a super destruction armor. With that extraordinary power, Kei went straight to Tooru with the others. He was able to defeat Tora and Lilith in an instant. That power made Kei feel invincible. He continued to launch attacks all over to destroy the entire place. He even intended to wipe out the academy and its students with his strongest attack. Usagi-sensei, who was in the student dorm, immediately used all her power to protect the students. Even though she managed to stop the attack, Usagi-sensei's body was severely injured. When Tooru tried to fight him once again, he was caught off guard and stabbed by Kei in the back. Seeing him dying made Julie's emotions go out of control until she used the Sword of Darkness technique. She put all her power into the black sword to launch a ruthless attack on Kei. Even though she managed to injure Kei seriously, she became like a monster attacking everyone near her. Tooru, who returned to his senses, tried to stop Julie's rampage and blocked all the attacks with his strongest shield. Tooru hugged her while trying to reassure her that he was still alive. Hearing those words calmed her down. But their battle is still not over because Kei uses his remaining strength to eradicate them in one strongest attack. Julie immediately channeled her power into Tooru's shield with that the shield could withstand the attack from him. Not only that, but she also used Julie's weapon. The battle was over, and Miyabi also apologized for causing trouble to them. After all that, they returned to enjoy a peaceful life. Julie explains that she awakens a power within herself. More precisely, her power awakens itself without requiring injections. That's why she felt different from Tooru and the others. She even felt guilty for hurting Tooru before. However, Tooru didn't mind that and wanted to continue with her as a teammate. And that is the end of the video. Remember to subscribe and like this video, so see you in the next video.